Okay, so tonight's leadership series is about membership and why membership matters. Chris Cantor, our VP of Leadership, was supposed to give this, but he is not feeling well. So I am his poor substitute, Sharon Paslowski. I am the president for Broward County PTA. Everybody can see that and hear me all right? Fantastic. So the things we are going to discuss are membership, recruitment, awards, and Member Hub. We go into a little bit of detail for everything. Building membership. Remember that all children are our children. This theme is a reminder that just by joining PTA, you're adding your voice to advocacy efforts on behalf of all children, helping your local PTA and sending strong message that you support children and families. This I took right off the Florida PTA website. I think it's important to remember when we talk about membership that we always start with the mission and end with the mission. Why are we recruiting people? Why are we looking to build our membership? It's so that we can have a louder, stronger voice when we need to affect change in our schools, in our communities, and in our state. Why PTA? This is always my favorite thing. You have your little 3-point speech, right? About why PTA is important, why it's important to be a member, even if you don't have a child in the school, even if you're just a community member or grandparent or an aunt, uncle. It's a way for us to connect, to find out what's happening in our school and develop relationships with your child's teacher and principal. PTA gives you a seat at the table when important decisions are being made at your school and also in your community, right? Like if you're a PTA leader and you can go to those meetings and speak up for what's important to your school because it affects your whole community. And we need to make a difference. Our members have helped advance local, state, and national laws and policy to improve the education, health, and safety of all children. So when we talk about membership, it's not just, membership for membership's sake. It's so that we can say, we're 200,000 members strong or 2 million members strong, right? Okay. And I thought this was this is 4 slides, and I'm not going to read all of these. They are also on the National PTA membership, National PTA website under membership. It's in celebration of our 125th anniversary of National PTA. They've come up with 125 ways to help increase your membership. And there's virtual ideas, in-person ideas, combo ideas. And I feel like we need to make sure we're able to reach people where they are, right? Not just in person, but we are figuring out ways to meet people that maybe can't get to that meeting or have an illness and are still not going out because of COVID. And there was some great ones. Add membership to casual moments. Always be available, be at every school event. Somebody from your PTA at every school event. Make things easy, I think, is a thing we sometimes miss in the day-to-day things, like where are the forms? Where do the forms go? How do they get home to the families? So that's in your school. But I like to carry forms around, like when I'm at a community event or and I pass out my forms, or I have a little card with a QR code on it. Hey, we're your local PTA, make sure you join us and see what what great things we're doing. The advantage of the network to help show your value. I think that's a part we miss a lot too. People think of PTAs as bake sales and raising money for our school, when in reality, we're a large network. We can affect change throughout the whole country because our voices combine to make that a reality. Be welcoming and opening and reflect your community. Make sure this is, I think, number 39 here is one of the most important. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Up arrow.
Yeah, I am not the best on PowerPoints. Sorry. Oh, I think I messed it all. I don't know what I did. Is that where I am? Yep. Okie doke. Sorry, everybody. Make sure your board represents the community you serve. Be diverse, be inclusive. People want to join groups where they can see others like them are involved. We are not a clique. We are not a personality. We are PTA. We serve the members and communities of our school. Make sure your board looks like your school. Be transparent is another huge thing. PTA shouldn't be a secret. Where's the money going? What are the events we're hosting? Why are we hosting these events? Why is it important to our school or our staff or our community to have whatever it is, a movie night or whatever it is? Why are we doing it? Be transparent. A great way to reach members also where they are, teachers and school administration, use them. There's teachers and administrations that want to support PTA, right? Take advantage of that. Can we get out a all call? Can we send an email? Can I put a flyer in everyone's box? Can I have a few minutes at the next staff meeting to talk about the value of PTA? Don't think it only has to be at, the welcome back breakfast and then you're never allowed to talk to the staff again. Engage with your administration, figure out times that you can come talk to, even if it's small groups. Maybe it's a training session for the teachers, or maybe it's, maybe the reading group is meeting today and you can go in and talk to them for 5 minutes and make sure they know that you're going to have the book fair this month, and can we get that information out to all our families, right? So use your staff, use your administration to help you build membership and build your programs. Community engagement is another big thing. Show up to community events. Do you have a name tag? Wear your name tag. Introduce yourself to people. Is there a fair? Is it a food truck night? Is there something big in your, is there, I know here in Deerfield Beach, they do outdoor movies all summer long. The PTA membership doesn't stop when the school year stops, right? It's all summer long. We're recruiting, we're engaging, we're telling people the value of PTA. Some of the best virtual ideas I find are here. Conduct surveys. Find out what's important to your community. Just because it's important to you doesn't mean that's what's important to your community, right? So can we send out surveys about the programs we would like to run, or even the fundraisers we might like to do? What will garner the most excitement and build the energy in your schools? Diversifying programming to bring in a variety of members. I know we've had the fall carnival every year for the last 32 years, and it's something PTA always does, but populations change, priorities change. Just because it's the way it's always been doesn't mean it's the way it should always stay, right? Or always be. So make sure we're hosting events that reflect your community and reflect the priorities of your membership. And that changes, right? Maybe one year reading is more of an issue, and maybe the next year math is more of an issue. Can we change our programs? Can we find different speakers or events to engage all members of our community and show our value? Parent education workshops are a great idea too, right? We're not just here, we're here for the schools, but what can we do to help our parents? Is there a language barrier? Can we set up an evening where we help English as second language parents figure out how to navigate Canvas or Pinnacle or some of those tools? Can we, if we're a high school PTA, can we host a FAFSA night and get parents involved? There's so many ways we can engage with our parents more that make PTA more valuable to them. And our last thing here to increase the membership, obviously contests, drawings, celebrations, make it a competition. Maybe it's a classroom like 6th grade versus 8th grade, or maybe it's English versus science, or 5th grade versus kindergarten. How do we engage? How do we get our teachers and staff and parents and communities to really focus on building our membership in a way that's fun and engaging and exciting, right? And it doesn't even have to be a physical prize, right? It could be a spirit stick. It could be You know, maybe you have a thermometer picture and you color it in by grade, and whoever has the most wins something. I don't know, whatever it might be for your community that will get them engaged. But I find it doesn't even have to be a physical prize, right? It could just, it's pride, not prize a lot of times. And I think it builds a lot of excitement and fun for your school and your community. How we doing? Any questions so far? I can't see anybody, so I'm assuming no. Fantastic. So we're going to talk about recruitment now too. So we talked about all the ways that membership matters and some of the things we can do to draw in new members, but how can we also recruit? Get your teachers involved, get your staff involved, get your principal involved. Remind teachers of the value of PTA, that we're not just here for fundraising or pizza parties, that we're an advocacy group and we're focused on our students' success, right? We are here to help every child's potential become a reality, and we can't do that without members. Send personalized invitations with an envelope. I thought this was a great idea. I've never done this before, and I'm actually, I ordered some stuff off the Amazon today so I could send invitations to all of my, I'm going to have a printed invitation with the QR code and join PTA. And put it in their mailbox. Like I'm not just stuffing another form in your mailbox on top of the 40,000 forms that are already in your mailbox, right? Like make it, this is important and it matters. And it matters to me that you personally join. I thought that was a great way to recruit some teachers that might join, but just don't even notice, right? Sometimes you got to give them that little personalized effort. And we talked about hold competitions in the school or even a rival school. You have two PTA schools close to each other. Maybe it's a high school versus a middle school. Maybe you could host, you know, team up with another president close by and try to build excitement for PTA. So membership themes, I think this is a great idea, especially for the elementary schools and maybe some middle schools. If you go to the Florida PTA website under membership theme ideas, there's lists and lists and lists, and there are ideas that you can use throughout. You can have the same theme going for the whole year, right? There's pirate themes and joint, like so many things that are fun and an easy way to carry it through the whole year so that membership doesn't end, you know, September 30th, right? It's a year-long process. And hey, look, remember that thing from September? We're still doing it in December. And I think that's a great tool for not just PTA, but just also excitement in your programs, right? Like if you've got programs that your school is running and we're using the same dolphin theme or pirate theme or whatever it is. And oh, that's how we're going to promote our book fair. And oh, that's how we're going to promote curriculum night. And that's how we're going to, and it's the same. It gives you some consistency. People will remember you and remember your PTA association because, oh yeah, I saw that earlier in the year. Oh yeah, we did that earlier in the year. And it's another event. I think that's a great idea. And when you go to this website, it shows you, so if you choose whatever theme, and here's a bunch of suggestions to work with it that are cost effective and engaging. So when we talk about membership, what are ways to build excitement? Awards. Everyone loves awards, right? So Florida PTA membership awards are on the Florida PTA website, of course, and I posted them here. There's the deadlines are listed here, May 1st for your applications. Make sure the certificates get distributed to us, and then we pass them out at our events, or we'll come to your school and pass them out. We're really excited when we get to brag about how great our PTAs are in our county, because we know we're the best county in Florida. So make sure you file for these awards. To apply for awards, though, you have to be in compliance. And I know this isn't a compliance meeting, but we'll talk about compliance for just a second, because to be the most effective at anything your PTA is trying to do, right, we need to be in compliance. so that we can apply for awards and grants and not have any outstanding issues with the state. So what are the 5 compliance requirements? Officers, audits, taxes, bylaws, dues. So make sure you are all cut up, check your deadlines when you're applying for awards, and look at all the awards. And there's more, but wait, there's more. 100% faculty, early bird, which is when we talk about like all through the summer or whatever, that we're promoting membership. So the first day of school, we're ready to get those people to sign in, right? I love the community membership award. PTA is only as strong as the community that surrounds it, right? If you don't have a community that's supportive of you, you won't be able to accomplish as many goals that you might set for your PTA. So get those businesses, get those community leaders to be part of your PTA, show them the value of what we can do. Grandparent awards. How many of, I mean, we talk about parents all the time in our parent teacher student associations, but there's a lot of families that are, you know, grandparents are the caregivers. We want to make sure our language is inclusive and not exclusive. So maybe on those applications, it doesn't say parent's name. Maybe it says caregiver's name. Maybe it says guardian's name, to make sure that we are not making anyone feel like they don't belong. Founders, our founders care. I love this one too. Anyone that has any local unit with 5 of its own past presidents or current members. So I would think that's almost every PTA in Broward counties probably could recruit the old PTA presidents to be members. What a fun award that is, connecting the past with the present. I love that. PTSA too, we want to make sure that we're including our students in our membership counts. Give them a reason to join your PTA. You know, we're going to make sure you can get volunteer hours. We're going to offer opportunities for you to serve your community. We're going to, whatever it is, but students are a valuable part of this. And we need to make sure that it's not just an afterthought, right? That students can be actively engaged. They can learn how meetings should run, Robert's rules. There's a lot of information and knowledge that they can gain, and we need to make sure we offer that in the best light possible. And volunteer awards too. And I know there's a lot of our PTAs here that just they volunteer so many hours and they don't log it, they don't keep track. But I know just about every PTA in this county could win this volunteer award if they started tracking their hours and applied for it. And I feel like it's that also shows the value of PTA, right? How much we're willing to contribute to our schools and our community. These are the awards that you do not have to apply for, right? That they're just automatically given. But maybe these are goals that you can these are very manageable goals, right? So how can we encourage some of these awards without, you know, that we don't have to apply for? They're just there, and very manageable goals, right? 25% over last year, especially kind of right now with the COVID slump that we've all had. We should, you know, a lot of us maybe really can get that 25% over previous year, really, and show the value again of our PTA. And if you've already had 100% membership, like that's a goal, that's a long-term goal for 4 years. All right, so just some tips from our Member Hub site about membership. Keep your membership affordable to increase the ability of all families to join. Membership should not be a fundraiser. So you know your school communities, maybe it's $5. There's a lot of schools where $10 is perfectly reasonable, but make sure you don't outprice your PTA. Offer grandparent community memberships on your Member Hub. So when those people go on to, if you only have parent or teacher, they feel like they don't belong. So make sure you add those to your store, those grandparent and community memberships. And I know some schools do like packages and they say family membership, but you have to make sure if you're selling a family membership that it is a, that you're actually doing the transaction of however many members your family membership package says, right? So if it says a family of 4, that you're plugging in 4 memberships to Florida PTA, right? We don't have, you can't buy one membership and call it a package, right? It has, you still have to account for every membership. And again, the value of that is the more people that are members, obviously, the more of a voice we have when we are trying to advocate for things or get things done. MemberHub.com support for one-on-one training. If you're we're going to talk about MemberHub a little. And if you're having trouble with MemberHub, if you're confused, if you can't get things to work right, there is, we'll talk about it later, but there's a QR code where you can ask for personalized help for whatever issue it is you're feeling. MemberHub is where we log all of our members, right? This is how we keep track of our members, how we can communicate with them, how we can sell things that are valuable to them. Oh, look, I didn't change the year. MemberHub makes it easier to run your PTA. So I don't know how many of you have been involved with PTA for a long time, but back in my day when we had to have cash or checks for everything, and we didn't have credit card machines, or we had to use PayPal and figure out how to use that. Florida PTA has set us up with MemberHub, which is a fantastic tool. It gives you a website, it gives you a store. You can get a Stripe, which is like a swiper, so you can run your event smoothly. And you also get a way to communicate with everyone in your PTA, past and present, right? It saves those contacts until you delete them. So if you're having an event, or you're having maybe there's some bill that's going to pass, and we want to make sure everybody knows. It's a way for us to communicate and still get our message out, even if they're not active members, right? And it's a way to have all of our inventory in one place. You can log your inventory. You can keep track of things you're selling. If you have cash sales for membership, it's an easy way to plug them in and not have to keep them on a separate list or a paper list. It's a fantastic tool. And if you need help with it, we are here. We at Broward County PTA are available, but if you need very specific help, you can reach out to MemberHub and they will help you with that. It's also a place, which this is a great tool too, that you can put your compliance papers. When we talked about transparency earlier, this is what we mean, right? Our bylaws are transparent, our officers are transparent, and that we're in compliance with Florida PTA, so that we can, when we ask for donations or we ask for communities or community businesses to join, they can see that we are a member of good standing for Florida PTA. Here's the QR code right here. So if you need it, this is where you can set up a personal meeting with Valerie Licata, who is the MemberHub representative. And she has a calendar. When you scan it, her calendar comes up and you can book time with her. There's also great help screens right on the MemberHub page. I'm just going to click over to that really quickly. Uh-oh. Sorry, give me 1 second. I thought I had this ready, but apparently I do not. Except, hold on, that's not what I want. I'm going to pull it up from the other side because I'm already logged in there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing this screen for a second, and I'm going to share the MemberHub screen. So you can see, so this is our Broward County Council store, right? But when you sign in and you log in, all your tools are over here on the side, right? You can see your store management, your communications, your contacts. You can create newsletters. So if you don't have the tools or you, it helps you with that. I mean, I am not a very creative person. So this tool on my local PTA unit has been very helpful for me. I don't have to think too hard. I don't have to know how to be a graphic designer, right? I just need to know how to click a button and it tells me what to do. You can send messages and mails. You can create hubs, so you can send out information to selected groups. You can download, so this is new too in the last 2 years, that you can download your contact list and put it in here so you don't have to type in every single piece of information for every member like it used to be. You can actually import a spreadsheet and get all of your information in there. And then I'm just going to talk about the store management really quick. You can manage your products, you can manage your categories, you can manage bundles, you can review your orders and fulfill them as they come in. I think the most important thing with your store management is to make sure you're printing your receipts once a month and reconciling them with your bank statements. But it's also a great way to see what's selling and what's not. Maybe I need to move my items around and make the focus a different item, right? Like right now for Broward County PTA is our county council dues. We don't want people to come to our stores and go, we don't know where to find things. It's too much. It's too many things. It's cluttered. So anything that's a priority for you, right? Like right now should be maybe your membership is front and center. Maybe you're selling spirit shirts, that maybe should be next, whatever it is, but you want it to be easy for people to work. I also wanted to talk about Give Back Genie, which is also new this year. Does anybody do like Rakuten, or it used to be Ebates and now it's Rakuten, where you get money back from every purchase you make if you link with their store? So Genie Gives Backs is the same company as Rakuten, and they've teamed up with Member Hub. So when your people make a purchase, they can create a password, create a profile, and then every time they shop, I'm going to show you really. Hold on a second, I can't see it. This is the Give Backs program right here. So when you can download it right to your toolbar, and every time you shop, it'll tell you if they give a give back, and it goes right to your school, which is a lovely, easy way to make a little bit of money just by asking people to do that when they sign into your store. All right, I'm going to go back to my presentation. Doing all right here. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that didn't work. I forgot to stop sharing screen, I think. Fine, we're fine. Okay. And what's next? Oh, our Broward Leadership Conference is October 1st from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., where we will have all kinds of guests, special guests, Florida PTA President, Carolyn, Dr. Cartwright will be there from the supervisor. Our school board member for this district will be there. It's a great way to meet and greet other PTAs and get your required training in for the year. Please make sure you are following us on Facebook, on Twitter, our website, all of our posts, everything that's coming up, all of our events. We like to make sure we are all over and everybody can see us. And if you follow us and you share our information, it's a way for us to build membership again, because we're showing value of all the great events that we are hosting. If there's any more questions that you might have or anything we can answer, this is my email, president@browardptsa.org, and Chris Cantor is our VP of Leadership, who also he can answer any questions you might have. And Wendy King, I believe, is on this call right here. There she is. And she is our Florida PTA membership queen, chair, and she's going to talk about membership a little bit too, and what it means to Florida PTA.
You know what, Sharon, you did a great job. You actually covered what I was going to say. Acronym, and I know Savvy was on there, and Antoinette, both of them were on there. Excuse me. Basically, this year we're using an acronym. It's called GREAT. Growth, G is for growth, R is for retain, E is for engage, A is for award, and the most important one is T is for thank you. So basically, ways that we thought about, and I'll just give one because you gave many, about growth is, you talked about sending a card home or an envelope. West Broward did that a couple of years ago. At that time, their membership was, let's say 400 and whatever the amount is. What they did, they sent the envelope in the welcome package. They also put their membership information in there. They grew by almost 700 members just by doing that. Because you know what, when you think about it, the first week of school, parents are so excited to have their children first going back, they can have some peace, whatever, and they're willing to sign and fill out anything. So their growth was wonderful. As far as retaining, does anyone ever think about retaining the old members? You know, in Member Hub, you get that list with all the information. Pick up the phone and just call someone. You know, we always do all this social media and everything else, but what we're going to try to do is go backwards. We're going to go and try to regain our members. We're going to start making personal phone calls. We're going to challenge each unit to do at least 10 a month. I see your lips. Out of 10, guess what? This may sound surprising to you. There's a thing that works. If you call 10 people, 3 are going to say, yes, I'm going to join. How many do you think will join? Absolutely. So it's 10, 3, 1. And just imagine if you do that every single month. And not only just one person, everyone that's part of the executive committee and the board. Just imagine how you can increase your membership. You have to, excuse me, did I say engage already? No. Engage your families. You know, we, some schools I know, they give everything to the staff and to the teachers and everything else. And what they do is they forget the people that are actually bringing the funds in. When I say that, I mean the children and their families and everything. Yes, it's great to do stuff for the staff because we should, because they welcome us into their school. But why not do ice cream monthly party or something like that for the students? I know it's the younger ones. Or invite, again, it's all about inviting. Invite their parents, grandparents, whomever to come for breakfast one morning, you know. And one of the things that stops people from joining membership, and I know you all know it, is this thing where they think we're like this, closed arms. And there's nothing, we're not opening our arms to welcome someone. Someone's standing there with their child. Hello, good morning, how are you? I'm this, my name is Wendy. Just wanted to say hello. Want to tell you about the PTA. We have to learn how to do that. You know, just be very open. Do awards. The awards can, you know, every single year, our volunteers at the end of the year, we can do an award ceremony. Some of the things that we used to do is, of course, you know, in the elementary school, it's a lot easier because you have the booklet, you fill out all your information. You also use your volunteer thing to register. So all your hours may be recorded. That in February, the end of February, I believe that's when it's sent downtown and all that information is then calculated. Anyone over 200 hours, of course, receive a certificate. If they had X amount of volunteer hours in your school, you can also think, oh, let me reward them. I can give them a plaque, T-shirt, a pen, anything. But we need to think about awarding them and the staff. You want 100% staff members? you need them to have buy-in. Go to a meeting one morning, tell them, all about your PTA and what you're going to do. And then say, you know what, at the end of the month, if we have members that join, what we're going to do is do a giveaway. I can't say raffle, but we'll do a giveaway. And we have enough vendors out there that are willing to give us giveaway items. Saba knows so well about that. She is great at that. So just ask and then say thank you. Just a little note that says, I appreciate you. Thanks for volunteer. So we have decided that we're going backwards, come forward. I asked Florida PTA president, how many members did they have when they were the president? The number was 325,000 members, Florida PTA. We are at 175 members, 175,000 members. And that was, what did they do that we're not doing now? You know what they did? This. They reached out, but they didn't reach out by social media. They reached out by just picking up the phone. So we're going to be challenging the units and so forth to do that. And every single month, we're going to have different themes, but we're going to challenge every single unit to increase by 3%. And we're going to be doing a monthly giveaway. We don't know what the giveaways are going to be yet, but we will be doing a monthly giveaway. So stand back, get ready, because this membership group is ready. That's it. Thank you. I can't hear you, Sharon.
I did a Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. And I think it's exciting to see Florida PTA like really trying to engage with units, right? I feel like again, we were talking about reaching out. I feel like this is a thing we should be reaching out for too, right? Is that a lot of local units feel like Florida PTA, right? Instead of they're helpful, they're here to help support us. They're here to come up with new and fresh ways to increase our membership and do great things, right? They're not here to be the PTA police, right? We're
Absolutely.
here to, right. We're here to, how can we engage? How can value is important, right? We got to show value. And the way to show value is what Wendy just said, those personal connections and tools and resources that are available to us. They're free tools and resources, and we should be using them. Member Hub is a fantastic tool that a lot of schools did not have access to, right? Like I was at a Title I school. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't do a lot of great fundraising. It didn't make sense for us to host, to pay even for PayPal or to host a website because we couldn't afford to keep it up. So that now that Florida PTA has given us Member Hub, we've increased our membership, we've increased profitability. And you don't want to say profitability, but you need, to do great work costs money. So we fundraise to do great work, not to build great things or not to buy great things for the schools. We're there to do great work, and you need money to do that. You need money to have that program that helps attendance, or have that program that reinforces positive behavior, or that uniform bank, or that food pantry, or whatever it is. And that's what we always want to come back to, is the mission. Why is PTA valuable? Because we're here for every child. How do we make that more of an effective talking tool? There's 300,000 members in Florida alone, right? And as a nation, it's millions. And that's it. It's a big deal when a million of us speak with one voice, we can affect positive change. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or concerns or wants to talk about anything.
Just a couple ideas, like the things that I'm doing a little bit, like we mentioned about diverse community. So I've been like sending in different languages like Spanish and Portuguese and Creole stuff. So everybody understands in their language what PTA is all about, their membership and everything like that. Any flyers, any forms that goes out, we post it in another language, and we also distribute it, and we have it in our main office as well. So that also helps a lot of the families who don't understand what it's all about. I also went like in the car line and passed out like flyers and with the membership forms and stuff for them. with a little snack, like a chips bag, just attached it and gave it to them. I mean, you don't have to give a snack, but just an idea, like, because they're there like over an hour early to pick up and stuff like that. It's crazy. So it's like they're there, they talk to you, that's your best chance, give it to them, talk to them, invite them. So, and like Wendy said, if you see a parent or something in the parking lot or just standing there, if you're there, just introduce yourself, because that helps a lot. Like our general meeting is coming up. I had a lot of parents, talking about like that, hey, come, we have our meeting and stuff. Also the school marquee put PTA information, you can ask the school to put our website and stuff. So that helps a lot as well. When they're there looking and they see all the stuff, they see our website, they can look it up there, as well as parent links. So we asked our principal to send it out in her parent links, her weekly parent links. So she sends one out every Friday. So she adds PTSA info on there, the flyer, everything, as well, our website on there. So that helps a lot as well.
Yeah, I love that marquee idea. Like how have I never thought about that in 45,000 years of PTA? I've never thought about that. That's a great idea though.
Yeah.
I find QR codes are really easy too. Like people are busy, or like I have them hanging up as soon as you walk into the school and you have to go sign in at the desk. There's one right there in your face.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
what we
There's
have
my
too.
QR code right there. I have them in the teacher's mail room. I try to get staff and more involved, because staff has a lot of buy-in in your programs too, right? So that's if you want them to buy into your programs, they have to kind of understand what you're there to do, right? So if you're trying to do some sort of behavior incentive or attend whatever it might be, that shows value to the staff. Like if these kids are doing better, your life is easier. And I do little I don't have anything where I have like a bulletin board in the mail room, and it's got like little dumb hearts all over it. It's adorable, whatever. I didn't do it because I'm not very creative, but when a teacher joins PTSA, they get a heart with their name on it. Like, thank you for joining. We love you. So even if it's a place where everybody can see it, right? Like we value our members. We want everyone to see. And that's not always the case in your general, in your general population or your parent population, but you should really, really like go out of your way to thank your teachers and your staff that join, because it shows they understand the value of what you do, and they will help you do the work in the school, right? They will help support your programs or lift you up when you need it. And I have found that to be very valuable as a local unit leader, that having somebody strong somebody that really supports me in a strong way helps that message carry all the way through to everyone else that might be like, PTA, whatever, right? So I find those connections make a big difference, and accentuating the staff that joins really helps build membership and support.
And just to
Anybody
echo that
else?
too,
Oh,
we
yeah.
we also made like a banner for our PTSA, we put in the bike rack. So it has our QR code, it has our website
Love
and stuff
that.
like that. So even the students are there, they can scan it, they can join, and parents, families. So that's also a good idea for everyone to see while they're driving or guests, and everybody sees that. So it's nice.
Love that. And those are inexpensive ways to really focus on membership and show people that it's open for everybody. A banner, what's it cost? $100. It's good for 3 or 4 years. It's a great investment to, and it's up all year round. It's up over the summer. It's up all the time, right? So it's always that focus on membership, which is so important.
Actually, I had a question, Sharon. Can we put like forms and like our flyers and stuff on in local areas, like at restaurants, rec center? Are we allowed to do that or not?
Yeah, if they'll
We
take
can
them.
do that. Okay.
You have to make sure you ask the owner of the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of businesses have like bulletin boards where you can post information.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing with that is you want to make sure, because once they're a member, right, they're part of they can come to your meetings. They can, so you want to make sure you're posting in businesses that have maybe been supportive of you before.
Yeah. Our business partners.
You don't want comment. Yeah. I mean, and I don't, not to disparage or anything, but you don't know, people sometimes join just to be, right. So you want to watch, but I mean, if it's an establishment that you've already done, maybe it's I know you just did that event at the Dairy Queen. Like
Yeah.
they're very PTA supportive. It's young
Okay.
families, it's kids. Like
Okay.
if he has a bulletin board, I would put up something like,
Okay.
here's your local PTA and here's some of the things we're working on.
Okay.
But make it a value. Like we're working on these things and we could use your support.
Okay.
But would I put it up at,
Gas station or anything? No.
yeah, like I wouldn't do that. I would put it in
Right, getcha.
businesses that are already friendly to your
Right.
PTA and your mission,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
you
Awesome.
wouldn't want to put it in a business that's polar opposite of what we're trying to accomplish.
And
too,
one
right?
more thing, I know you mentioned something about family membership too, but correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't every member of the family, every person in the family has to have a separate email address in order for a membership to
Yes.
count?
Yes. So what I'm talking about here is people make packages, right? Maybe it's like, oh, it's family membership and you pre-buy your yearbook and it's $10 off
okay,
and
like
2
that. Okay.
t-shirts. So what does a family membership constitute, right? And we
Mhm.
can't just put in one person for that. If it's a family membership,
right.
are we accounting for whatever that means? Does that mean 2 adults? Does that mean 2 adults and a student? So it's just, you have to be careful with that wording because people think it helps sell more memberships. But if we don't get credit for the members, it doesn't help us
Exactly.
grow. It doesn't help our voice, right? So
Right.
we just,
Okay.
so that's what I
Sure.
mean by that package. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Quick thing, there's no family memberships. Each person has to pay for
Has
their
to pay
membership.
for membership. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So some schools have made like family packages in their member hubs, or they sell a package at the beginning of the year, like buy your yearbook, buy a t-shirt, buy your memberships for your family, and they just make it one price, right? Like maybe it's $100. So if I'm doing that as a school, as a local PTA unit, I need to make sure that that it's accounting for 2 people and I need to get those 2 people's emails, right? Or whatever, or if it's 4 people, that's what I'm
Right.
Okay.
package, because it makes it more,
I guess when we mentioned that, we just need to be careful of mentioning that as
Yeah.
well, that just every family member must have a separate email in
Yes.
order for the membership
and
to
that
count.
we're right.
So there's
because
no
the point is-
misunderstanding here.
Right. And
That's
it's no problem having a package as long as
Right.
your information
Counting.
is clear and you're collecting and submitting dues for every member that
Right.
there actually is.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
make sure your family membership says it's 2 people, it's 4, what is
Mhm.
it? And then you're plugging in, those 2 people or those 4 people and
Gotcha,
not just
gotcha.
one person for a family. That's not
Okay.
a family, right?
And
Thank you.
collecting that $350 for each one.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying, right? Because I mean, I've been to schools where they're doing their open house event and it's like $75 and it's if they call it a family membership, but they don't differentiate what that means. So
Right.
we need to make sure we know it's 2 people. We have 2 email addresses. We're sending 2 people into Florida PTA. Anything else? Anybody else have questions or great ideas?
I have a good
Hi,
night. I have a
Antoinette.
question. Hi, how are you? I have a question. Where do you find the awards, the ones that you had on the slide? Is that on the website?
FloridaPTA.org. Yeah, FloridaPTA.org. And there's I think it's under about PTA or PTA leaders. There's a subtitle there for awards, and it has all.
Sure,
And
and
there's
also
more.
a link from our award page over to Florida.
Oh, and there's that too. If you go to our Broward County PTA page, that'll show you our awards too, because we have county awards as well, and then the Florida PTA awards, and you can apply for all of them. Right? There's no limit. Even if it's kind of the same awards, you can get one from us and one from the state. And what does that do? It shows value, right? We've got this award. Look how great we're doing as a PTA. It shows value to your members that when you apply and get those awards, and you can hang them up in your lobby at school and show everybody, the value of their hard work and their contributions. So yeah, so you can go to our website. There's a link. Or you can go to the Florida PTA website for just the Florida specific or the Florida PTA specific awards, where on ours, it's a link to them plus our own.
And this year, Sharon, I don't know if it was last year, for the early bird and all of those awards, they don't have to apply. They just have to meet the requirements. And that's
Yeah, I
it.
showed those. Yeah, there's some of both. Yeah, there's some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have one more suggestion about membership, what I started this year.
Love
Or
it.
PTA have business cards. So I sit in the office from 12:30 and all of those parents from 1:30 that comes in, I give them a business card and say, join the PTA. And I've
Love
had
it.
about 3 parents that join. So when I see the parents and they say, how do we join? I give them a business card and they love it. And the teachers who haven't joined, I bombard them with our business cards
Yeah.
and they're saying we're gonna join. So
And
I would
business
like,
cards are so inexpensive. Like you
yes,
can,
they are.
super inexpensive.
They are.
Yeah, and you can, and now on the national PTA website is all the benefits of PTA members, and Office Depot
Right.
is one of them. And I got like 500 business cards for my, because I'm, in charge of something now. I don't know. But I got all my business cards for like $13, like 500 business, like it's nothing. And that's a fabulous idea, right? Like put a QR code on the back or something or on the side, and maybe, as a brand, I think it's a great idea and very inexpensive way to just everywhere you are. Hey, grocery store in line, you're talking to that lady behind you that's like bumping you with her cart. Give her a card, join my PTA, right? That's a great idea.
That's
Thanks,
what I have
Antoinette.
done.
This is what this is for. This
And
is a great idea. I love it.
one more thing that I did, I make sure that the team leads for first, well, we have they're my best friends. They are the teachers that I go to for everything. And once I send it to them, they dojo it to all the other fellow teachers. And they're always happy to see me because I'm always giving them something. I had a box of candy, something to give. So that's one thing I tell people, to connect with the team leaders because they're the ones that are having the group meetings. And they've been very kind to us so far.
Yes. And I agree with that, because I do, like, I ask, like, when's your next curriculum meeting? Can I come in and talk for 3 seconds? Like, I just want to say, hey, this is the thing that's happening next. Or, hey, here's some flyer, here's some, like, I don't have all of you on my list here. And they'll let me come to the meeting for like 3, I'm not interrupting, I'm not holding them back. It's just 2 minutes of their time. And they help me spread that, they get, that's, because a lot of times you put stuff in their box, they don't even look at it, right? They've got this much stuff in their box. And that's the old, again, when he talks about new things and trying different ways to reach people or to engage with people, you got to meet them where they are. And now I think after 2 years of online, it is like, can we get a little bit more? I mean, I love virtual. Don't get me wrong. I love that we're able to meet like this and everybody's home, and when you're done, you're done. But sometimes that face-to-face makes a huge impact when you show them that you're there, and it matters that they're in front of you, right? All right.
Antoinette, which school are you at? I'm sorry, Sharon.
No,
Antoinette,
please.
which
I'm
one?
at Sea Castle Elementary
Yes.
in
Oh, Sea Castle.
Thank
yes.
you. I'm
It's
gonna reach
funny
out
you
to
say
you.
them.
Oh, you
No, it's a great idea. And
I'm so
every
scared
time
when
I hear something like that, I'm like, how have I never thought about that in all of
Exactly.
these 100 years? Which is
Really
why
good.
these things are so valuable too. I think it's a great idea.
the president, she's in Miami Gardens. She said, oh, we're looking forward to coming to our meetings. We're like, oh my God. So everybody's getting prepared for that one because she wants to go because we're so close.
Great. And she'll get the exact same training. So it's fine. Like, so if that's great. And we want everyone to come to training. We're going to there's so much valuable training happening. It's our business meeting. So even in that, there's a lot of people that they're new to being a president and they don't know how to run a meeting. So it's a great way even just to showcase not that I run the best meetings, but it'll be fine. I keep saying everything will be fine. I have a great group of people around me. So I want to say thank you to our board members that are here tonight: Wendy, Saba, Heather, Phyllis. I see Phyllis's screen. And thank you to Antoinette and Mary for showing up.
Good night.
Hi. But I appreciate you. I hope you got something out of this. If you have any questions, please just email us and we're happy to answer or help out wherever you need it. And I think that's it. I think we can end the recording, and thank you again.